waste from the body. So if these places are where you put things come out of the body, so waste comes out of the body, definitely those waste are dirty, or they are bound to sort of generate some death in those areas which you are using at the same time to engage in something pleasurable. So in that moment of which you engage in that pleasurable, the joy of it or whichever might come out, you might not think it through. So in that state, if you are not too clean, after maybe a few moments of whichever time it has been, not realizing that these places you've used to to excrete filthy things or things that are dirty, and you're using at the same time to engage in that sort of sexual activity, you are bound to carry some sort of death and things into you, because what is being excreted from the body may not necessarily be good. And these organs that we use are organs that has got both passages which takes things inside and also takes things out. So the passage can contract something from the other person, which is probably no good, into your body, and that other body person also can contract something from you, what is coming out of your body, into her body. And so definitely diseases will come. Apart from that, also if you put filthy things or something rotten for some place for some time, it generates some bad bacteria. Naturally food and all that have that tendency. If you put food down for a period of time, you go to see they will be full of worms on the food. You don't need too many worms in your body. You don't need too many worms. I'm sure there is a bit of worms in everybody's body, but you don't need too many worms, which will make you sick. So having that thing, you having that passage or the organs that you use to have sex in a situation where there has been some excretion going on, you have excreted a lot of some things pass through them. Those things are dirty, and somehow they've stayed there for some time. You've not cleaned it. You don't intend to have means to clean it. You are bound to be engaging in worm or bacteria that have developed as a result of those things that are the death that has resulted in that areas as a result of your excretion, will be there, and they have resulted in some bacteria, and you engaging in those sexual activity, you end up contracting things within which will not be very good for the body, bringing diseases to us. It's common practical approach I'm putting into here. Maybe the scientific person will give you more analysis of it, but sometimes the scientific things have complicated words that I don't understand myself. So I said my approach is basic approach of analysis for you to get a picture. Someone who is not too into scientific words or not too learned can easily understand what I'm saying, because the life is not just about reaching out to the learned person. Not everybody who is learned. Majority of people are not learned. So if you always want to express things, you do an advert. All these things must be in a level where it will reach out to majority of people who are capable of getting your message, the communication you are giving. So I want to make it basic. That's why I speak in this manner. That's why I put things, because I am not too learned myself. So it helps me, and in all ways I'm also doing the effort to help others also. So as I said, the cleanliness of it does matter. And if you clean it, then you are having a very decent sex. If it can go as far as going to the hospital and having what we call sexual checks. They check you sexually. They have that instrument, the ability, the scientific, implementation of ways to check to know that you are healthy, you are sexually healthy, in order to engage in whatever sex you tend to engage, whether you are gay, lesbian, or you are a straight person, or you are bisexual, whichever way, they have means, you could be advised on all those areas to know how you go about these things. You have to be clean. It has to be clean engagement. If it's not clean, then those things will come up. So that is what I mean by decent sex. You have to have a decent sex. It is not specifically to say that the straight person is having a decent sex. Somebody might be a straight person, but is not having a decent sex. Somebody might be a gay person and having a decent sex more than that. And what do you call it? That's a straight person. We decent sex is more clear of what I want to say here. As I've analyzed it, you have to be very honest about these things, because there isn't any specific rule that limits us as to how we go about these things. As we know, we have certain direct statement in the Bible. I know that in the Quran and all that, but the authenticity really stands in the way. And God's true presentation, or coming out to solidly found this thing to be more basic and more fundamental, to let it become more authentic, has not really materialized as at this moment as we are in. We have it, and we base our approach to it through assumptions and all that, and hopes that is what we are saying is right. So you can base things on that. So still everything goes on. In fact, there are people who are engaging in a lot of things, and there is, as I've said, there is many things that goes on that I've said in these books, that not a single thing that people follow. I don't follow anything in the Bible if I claim Christianity. But I know that because I don't follow, I truly say I am not a Christian, but I have a Christian background. That's as honest as can be. And nobody holds me back. I have to be honest. Nobody stops me from being honest. It's for my own good. To prevent somebody judging me or cursing me or looking at me in a negative way, for me to be looked as if I'm a false prophet. You are a false prophet if you know you are doing the wrong thing, of which the book says, and you are using things from the book to justify your way of life. The book is explicitly clear of its words and how the will is in terms of the spirit that is behind the book and the spirit that has implemented it, that you might be, propagandering for. And if you do the opposite, disobeying the spirit, your own God, your own word, and still want to claim that you are following it, I don't know how sensible you'll be looking to anybody. That is what, as people keep embracing things that way, it keeps keeping them into that confused and disturbed state. Most of the time you see people have to hide their life because they know, and you wouldn't have felt that guilt and hide your life if you have been honest and very truthful, like I'm trying to do here, because you're telling people you are holy and you are describing what your holiness means, but you are not. You are not. You do the opposite. In fact, you disobey it seriously. You even end up putting your hands on others and casting out their demons by telling them that because they are engaging in these things, they are they will have all sorts of things come upon them, and they are having demonic attacks because they are doing this, they are disobeying the book. Meanwhile, you are disobeying the book, and you are having the same demonic thing, and it's like a demon casting out a demon. I mean, in the Bible it says this is not right. Even Jesus, in the Jesus theory statement, he says that, have you ever seen demon cast out demon before? But this is what is happening. Demons, casting out demons. Now I might not say that you are a demon, or the pastor is a demon, and the person who is being prayed for is a demon, but analytically, it's like a sinner blessing a sinner, or a sinner cleansing a sinner, or somebody who is engaging a similar thing, trying to, and that isn't right. It just is not as positive as we sort of expect things to look like. So it becomes necessary for me to analyze these things clear. I will also make a statement that is regarding the written facts of what Paul had to do, which, if you look at Paul in the Acts of 22 verse 9, the book of Acts, chapter 22 verse 9, and also the book of Acts chapter 9 verse 7. Compare these statements there and you will get a picture of what I'm trying to say. The version of the story was not accurate in its presentation. It's being revealed as lies. It's like the one who tells the story or writes the story is not presenting an honest story. And if you compare, I've mentioned it in other videos as well, but I repeat it here again. It says somewhere it tells you that I saw the people, and he was meant to read the same story to another group of people, and he's telling them that I heard the people, I didn't see them. You know. Now you've told other people that you saw the people.